Hey guys, this is Drew Mario 1306 and welcome back to my newest Let's Play. As soon as we get this intro out of the way, first
Sony Computer Entertainment America presents a Universal Interactive Studios production developed by Eurocom Entertainment Software. Crash Bash!
Welcome to my newest Let's Play, Crash Bash, and this game is a party-based game, in case you haven't noticed. So yeah, we got adventure mode, battle mode, tournament, and options. Options are pretty much sound related, and I guess controller vibrations. So yeah, that's basically what options is. We have battle mode where all the mini-games are. You can play any one you want and set the number of times you can win that mini-game. You can also do that in a tournament, but you have to play like 4 stages in a row of the same mini-game. And the one who wins the most after 4 mini-games wins the game. I'm gonna do adventure mode. Like I say, win the most times in a combination. So I'm gonna do adventure mode because you'll really see what it looks like. Alright, anyway, the characters here, we have Crash himself. We have his sister Coco, we have Tiny Tiger, we have Dingo Dial, which is a dingo crocodile. We have the evil villain himself, Dr. Cortex, and his partner Nitrous Brio. We also have another return of Koala Kong from Crash 1. And we have a character that we've never seen. I've only seen him in this game. For some reason, I've not seen him in any of the Crash games. His name is Rivalry. He's some kind of monkey with a tail like Dingo Dials for some reason. I don't know. Well, you know the joke. Anyway. I don't know why he's not in any other game, but if he is in another game, well, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, I unlocked all the minigames using a hero, and you're probably thinking, why is Tiny and Dingo Dial up here? They're villains. But our first cutscene will explain all that. So I'll get to that. We'll get to that in about a second from now. Normally I would play as Brio, but because this is his only game that I've seen him in, I'm gonna play as him instead. And we're up against Coco, Tiny, and Dingo Dial, and here's our first cutscene.
Uka Uka, how many times must you be told? You cannot defeat me. I have heard enough of your shallow wisdom. It is I who is the strongest, and it is evil that will ultimately prevail. This bickering can go on no longer. We must resolve this once and for all time. For once, feeble brother, I agree with you. We shall settle this argument. Prepare to fight. No, Uka Uka. The ancients would not allow it. There can be no malice between us. A contest then. Good against evil. Your players against mine. Very well. Summon the teams. Crash, Cortex, welcome. You and your friends have been summoned here to do battle. A battle between good and evil. A battle to the end. May the best player win. Uka Uka, this is not a fair contest. You have too many players. If your confidence in evil is so great, you can win with equal sides. You must surrender 2 of your team. Very well. Choose. Let the games begin.
So yeah, It's a battle between good versus evil. Well, that's not surprising. But then again, you're playing up against, like, obviously you're playing, like, good against evil players. Yeah, so that's how this feud got... Well... It's kind of like Mario Party. Doesn't remind you of Mario Party, but there is a slight difference, though. So right off the bat, we have Crashball, Polar Panic, Pogo Painter, Jumbo Bash, and Kapu Pummel. Now, Kapu Pummel is a boss battle, and we have to face Kapu Kapu, but I need all 4 trophies from the other 4 minigames to face it first. This is the safe game file, and here I can actually warp to other warp rooms to play the other set of minigames. Alright, so right off the bat, we're going to start off with Crashball. And this game is something you may have seen if you played Pokemon Stadium's minigame. Mr. Mime? The Mr. Mime minigame? Well, yeah. Basically, we're in a ship and we have to deflect the balls away from our goal. Win by being the last player standing. We start with a score of 15, and if your score drops to 0, you're out.
3, 2, 1, go!
So yeah. There's also the fact that you can also use the extra kick. It's pretty cool, huh? Now, this is stage 1 of this minigame. So yeah, keep that in mind. This stage is actually the easiest of the bunch. So yeah, we have some kind of... You pretty much get what the... get how the game goes here. When I was a kid, I would just have so much fun with, especially with my sister on this game. So yeah, if you're wondering how Dingodile and Tiny became on the good side, that cutscene pretty much explained it to you. Obviously, Coco is obviously on the good side. Now here's something to note. If you pick a villain, you will go up against Tiny and Dingodile no matter what. And then, whether Crash or Coco comes into play, comes up also against you is random. Also. Now, if you pick a good person, you will go up against Rivalry and Koala Kong no matter what. And vice versa with Cortex and Brio. It's random who you also go up against, but those are your characters who you go up against if you pick a good side character or a bad side character. It's actually pretty cool how there's like a blinking light indicating that a ball has been scored into the goal. I thought this stage was actually the coolest of the bunch, but I think it's the only stage that indicates all this, like where the balls come out from. Very futuristic, don't you think? Especially for a game in its time. Now then again, this is also the first one, so it's kind of like a tutorial. Right now, Coco's like losing everything. Well, I still have to worry about Dingodile and Tiny, because this game can be a bit tricky as the game goes on. Like, not just this minigame, but future minigames, which I'm going to play in the future. And I won that round. Now to get the trophy, you have to win 3 times. But you have to be the first one to win it 3 times. You can also taunt in this game. Now there are some minigames you can't taunt, and some minigames you could. This is one of them. So Rivalry is like a sort of monkey or something with a long tail. Then again, I'm not sure how he has a long tail. Then again, Dingo Dow is what? A dingo with a crocodile's tail? It's kinda weird. Alright. What else do I have more to say? Yeah, I would just go out of my way to play this game like multiple times, like every single week or some sort. It is so much fun. And Dingo Dow's out. Oh, okay. Alright, Tiny's out, and Coco, you should get one more in your goal. Thank you. Alright. That sounds simple enough. We got the trophy. But there are other prizes you can win from this minigame in particular. Something else you can win is a gem and a crystal for each minigame. We're just going to go straight on to the gem part. Alright, the gems are like, can you do this against all odds? So yeah, keep that in mind. So basically, defend your goal with the odds against you. Instead of the 15 balls that you start with, you are starting with 9. Well, they start with 9 in this one in particular. I have one with more than 8 points. This might sound tricky if you haven't played this too many times, but it's doable. This is probably, obviously, this is the easiest stage to win it, so that's another thing. As for difficulty, I think the computers are actually harder than they were in trophy mode. And in the later portions, in the later minigames, you're gonna pretty much have a bit of rage because these computers are not to be reckoned with. They actually become harder, and they kind of stay harder. Then again, it could be also the gimmick that could also annoy you. Oh, jeez. Right now, I'm in the lead already. Alright, it's 5-4. Now, you just have to win this round once. You don't have to win it 3 times. Like the trophy. Alright, that's out of the way. Now we got ourselves the hardest one you can possibly win. And we only have 15 minutes. Also, it's also cool how there's actually music for the loading screen. So that's actually something in this game. You don't see that too many games out there. So yeah, pretty cool. Anyway, we have the crystal part. Now, crystals and gems will be needed for the future warp rooms. Now, crystal, you obviously start with 15, but you can't, well, in this one in particular, I can't use an extra kick.
3, 2,
So yeah, those, so basically I have to play defense. You do have... I just have to deflect it. They can't, like, kick attack like Tiny just did right there. Now, I do have to use, like, the L1 and R1 buttons in particular to defend myself. I just have to defend all out at this point. This one is the trickiest of the three. Okay, why did I do that? Right now, I'm in the lead by 1. And once again, you only have to win this once. You don't have to win it 3 times. That went around my ship for some reason. I don't know how that even occurred. It's far noting that the stage layout is different for the crystal stages, which I think are pretty cool, if you ask me. I don't know why you... and this is the only time you're going to get the stage layout, which is kind of a bit of a shame, because this is the only time you can play this version of this stage, because in 2-player mode, you can only play the original version. They each need 1 ball. It's a bit of lag, but that's okay, because lag can work with me. As long as Dingo Dog gets a ball inside, just go, okay, good. Yeah, you're gonna see that a lot of times when you... We're gonna be seeing a lot of these different stage layouts. I just wish these were playable in these layouts were available in 2-player mode. But I think that's going to do it for this episode. So next time, we're going to play Polar Panic. It sounds cold, but it's only the 2nd stage, so why not? Thanks for watching. This has been Drew Mario, and I'll see you in the next part.